Thanks, Coach Joe. Hey, I won't tell anybody. Did you break protocol and give Myles a big hug when he came back?
Maybe. No, it's definitely good to have him back. It was good to see his face out on the field, and he looks good.
How does he look? I mean, moving like the Myles we know.
Yeah, he's only been back for one day, but he said we'll be smart about what we're going to do. But he looked good.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Tom. Jeff Shadell, you have our next question.
Derrick Henry, Joe, what do you do to slow him down if you can't stop him?
Well, I mean, I think part of it is, their identity as a team is to run the football. So, we can't control how many touches he's going to have. Our focus is going to be on playing the best run defense and try to eliminate the big runs. We acknowledge and realize that he may have a run here or there, but we really just got to eliminate the big ones and do the best we can to get him bottled up before he gets going.
Thank you, Jeff. Mary Kay Cabot will go to you.
Yeah, Coach, sorry to hear about the loss of Ronnie Harrison for a period of time here.
Yeah.
So just wondering, what are some of the things that Ronnie was doing so well for you in your defensive backfield, and what had he brought to the table to help solidify that spot?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, the thing that Ronnie brought to the team was he just truly loves to play the game. We all remember when we were like little kids running around, just playing football. Like, he had that type of energy, and a lot of guys fed off of that. On the football field, just the versatility to move him around, play him in different places and sub packages. His ability to get the football, seemed like the football was always around him, or he was always touching the football. So that part of it, we'll miss, but we do feel like we have capable guys to step in and play.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Mary Kate. Nate Ulrich, you're up next.
Coach, is there anything that you got in a conversation from Myles, or even maybe that you saw, although it was just one day, that gives you confidence that, he'll be his usual self?
Yeah, no, like I said, we talking to him. He feels good. I just think it's the process of bringing him back the right way. So we just, monitor his reps each day in practice and kind of see where he's at. But we do know that, he'll be available to play, and we'll just have to see how many reps we can give him. And
do you think by, the end of the week's practices, you'll have a good idea on if he can handle a full workload?
Oh, yeah. I think we will. And again, it's just a daily thing that we just check with him, and he checks with our training staff, and we monitor where he's at. There's all type of technological advances where we can see where he's at as well. So we'll know what he's capable of on Sunday.
Thank you, Nate. Next question goes to Scott Petrick.
Hey, Joe, I wanted to ask you more about Derrick Henry. Just how different or unique is he than pretty much any other back in the league?
He's very unique because he has size, he has speed, he has excellent vision. He can make the cuts. He can, hit it inside, bounce it outside. He can run by you. He can run over you. So I think I named about everything.
Do your guys have to have a different mindset playing someone as physical as he is?
I'm not necessarily saying that we have to have a different mindset. We just have to know what type of runner he is, because each week we feel like all we have to do is go out and play our defense. We always pride ourselves on running to the ball, tackling. But with him, he's just a bigger back. He has a different type of style. So it's just really making him more aware of what type of style runner he is, more than it is physically trying to get him down.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Jeff Shadell, you have our next question.
I want to ask you one indirect question about Derrick Henry. How does he affect, maybe even indirectly, their pass offense? If you concentrate too much on him, how do you get those receivers too?
We're trying to solve that problem all week, but that's what it is. He's him in the running game. This what he's able to do. The yards that he generates. it just creates issues for you defensively because you want to do what you can to stop them, but now you're one-on-one, in coverage at times. So, we want to do a multitude of things, whether it's coverage, whatever we're doing defensively, to give ourselves different options to stop them. But it's an issue that you can't get away from.
Thank you, Jeff. Mary Kay Cabot, you're up.
Yeah, what is Ryan Tannehill doing so well that he's only got 4 interceptions at this time of year, and what makes him so hard to pick off?
Yeah, I just think it's their offense. Everything goes through the running back, and right now they're running the ball very well. They're running at a high level, and when you're worried about stopping the run, you create bigger windows and you create matchups. And just based on their style of offense, he's doing a great job making the plays that he needs to make when they do decide to throw it. And, that was something we talked about as well, but he's playing really well for him.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mary Kay. Back to Nate Ulrich.
Coach, when you talk about their offense, how similar is it to the Browns' offense, and does that help you?
Yeah, I think the philosophy is very similar. Just when you say we want to run the ball to set up the pass, and the more effective you are running the ball, the more defenders you commit to the run. And then now you get to play action. You're so worried about the run, you're creating windows behind you. And, so our philosophy is very similar to theirs. So we've seen it, not a lot in practice, but we know what we have to deal with.
Thanks, Nate. Scott Petrick, you have our next question.
Hey, Joe, we talked so much about Myles as a pass rusher, but how good is he defending the run?
Very good. Myles has great length. He's very powerful, great flexibility. So he has the ability to set edges, take on blockers, whoever they may be, fullbacks, linemen pulling. But he's a very good run defender.
And how did you think Malcolm played, without Sione in there last week?
I thought he did a good job. You have to give Jacksonville credit. They had a good game plan. They made some plays on us. Felt like we definitely could have played better, but I felt like stepping up, without Sione being there, I felt like he did a good job.
Thanks.
Thank you, Scott. Nate Ulrich, you're up.
Coach, I'll throw the same question at you about Kevin Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did a good job as well. I think he had 4 targets, I think 2 completions against him. But when you watch them technically, for him moving outside really for the first time for extended play, this felt like he did well. I talked to him about it. As a player, he's very competitive. He wishes there's some things he could have did better, more technically. But I thought he did a nice job for us.
And what makes A.J. Brown and Corey Davis a challenging tandem? That, obviously you want to talk about Denzel and Ronnie Harrison.
Yeah.
Not being there, that adds to it. But what makes those guys special and productive?
I just feel like across the board, when you look at their skill positions, they have it the way they want it. And he's just, both the receivers are great receivers after the catch. So when they get the ball, you have to be able to get them on the ground. This came from upstairs watching some tape and watching Brown breaking multiple tackles. You know what I mean? So they have hands to catch the ball. They can beat you underneath. They can beat you down the field. But when they do catch the ball, they're very good runners after the catch.
Thanks, Nate. We'll go to Tony Grossi. This will be our last question for Coach Woods.
Joe, I know this safety you guys claimed has some experience with Seattle. Did that make him a little more attractive, kind of like that system? And second of all, I know he's not here yet, but how realistic in the last 4 games can he help you?
That was a big part of it because he's a system fit. He understands the system in terms of what we do. And there's some other things that we do outside of that system, but we really felt comfortable because of that. Realistically, we'll try to get him up to speed, just like when we, got Ronnie here. It was the same dynamic, but he's going to have to be ready to play for us as soon as next week.
And at strong safety now, it's Carl Joseph back in there. And we know his injury history. He's just not been available every game like any coach would want. Who would be his backup?
Well, right now we have obviously, Zendale, Carl, and Redwine, and then we have our two young players, Moffitt and Benton, that we've activated at times throughout the season. So between those guys and the new guy we signed, we'll figure out the rotation. This depends on how fast Tetra can get up to speed on the defense.